Hello everyone, welcome back to the discussion of the headlines of the day from the Hindu newspaper dated March 30, 2022. I hope you guys are doing great. Please make a note that there are no headlines relevant to GS paper 1 today, so we are directly switching to the discussion of the headlines relevant to GS paper 2 followed by GS paper 3. Please take a look on page number 1. This is coming from the topic of international relations GS paper 2. The headline says that India power projects replace Chinese ventures in Sri Lanka. Now, you need to understand that what are the memorandums of understanding signed during a recent meeting between visiting External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and his Sri Lankan counterpart. Now, you need to understand about the significance for both the countries and what is the present status of India-Sri Lanka bilateral relations. Next, take a look on page number 1 again. This is coming from the topic of government policies and interventions. The headline says that Assam and Meghalaya ink pact to end border row. Now, you need to know about the Assam-Meghalaya border dispute, the major point of contention, and what were the efforts made in the past. Also, make a note that why they failed, the recent actions taken to solve the dispute, and what is the next step. Next, please take a look on page number 6 from the topic of polity and governance. The headline says that High Court upholds government order on land acquisition for Silver Line project. Now, understand firstly what are the features of Kerala's Silver Line rail project, the issues linked to the project and observations of courts and what lies ahead. Next, take a look on page number 6 from the topic of polity and governance. The headline says that Mulla Periyar, Tamil Nadu, Kerala seek more time. Now understand the background of Mulla Periyar Dam issue, Tamil Nadu stand, Kerala stand and Supreme Court's ruling on the same. And what are the constitutional and statutory provisions regarding interstate water dispute. Next, take a look on page number 8 from the topic of education. The headline says that what is wrong with saffronizing education. Understand that what is the Macaulay system of education, what is the role of Macaulay in the modern education system in India, and how did the modern education system evolve to the present state, and why has the Indian system of education been an important part of the public debate in India for over a century now. Understand that what does saffronization of education actually mean, and the various challenges linked to it, and what lies ahead. Now, next, take a look on page number 8 and page number 12. Both of the articles are dealing with this issue of BIMSTEC. Now, you need to understand what is BIMSTEC. Firstly, it is a Bay of Bengal initiative for multi-sectoral, technical and economic cooperation. That's what we call it as BIMSTEC. Now, you need to understand what is it exactly, the objectives and the genesis of BIMSTEC. You need to understand that why is it imperative for BIMSTEC leaders to reinforce their commitments and efforts in building the momentum of collaborations in the Bay of Bengal region for the security and development of all. And how does BIMSTEC have special significance for India? Also understand what is the economic and strategic significance of the Bay of Bengal area and challenges and the issues related to it, and moreover the way forward. Now, next, take a look on page number 9 from the topic of polity and governance. The headline says that unreformable criminal justice. You need to know about India's criminal justice regime, evolution and major issues. You need to also understand that what are the recommendations made by researchers, reformists, and what more needs to be done for its reformation. Furthermore, take a look on page number 10 from the topic of international relations. The headline says that Myanmar's continued suspension of democracy. Understand that why did the ruling junta invite Russia as a guest of honor for Armed Forces Day? Also, what is the Myanmar-Russia relationship status right now? And when did the COP take place and what followed? And what is India's stand? Next, take a look on page number 6. We are switching to the discussion of headlines relevant to GS paper 3 from the topic of environment and biodiversity. You find this headline which says that rhino population up by 200 where in Kaziranga. Now, you need to learn the facts related to the greater one-horned or Indian rhinoceros and findings of the latest census. Next, take a look on page number 16 from the topic of economy. The headline says that oil price spikes disruption started a couple of weeks ago. Now, understand that how the surge in crude oil prices concerns India, and is it expected to impact the budget arithmetic for the upcoming fiscal, and also what steps need to be taken in this particular context. Well, that's all for today's headlines of the day discussion. Thank you. You guys take care and keep smiling.